The Sahel, a story of power, struggle, and the weight of history. The Sahel is a wide sun-baked belt stretching across Africa from Senegal to Sudan, where sand meets grassland and ancient trade routes cross for centuries. It has been a place of movement, caravans, tribes, soldiers, ideas, and now the ambitions of nations far beyond the desert. In the 2020s, the Sahel became the center of a storm. A region under pressure. Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, three countries once rich with culture but now shaken by insecurity, found themselves fighting multiple battles at once. Terrorist groups spreading across vast borders, weak economies struggling under climate change, political instability, coups and leadership crises, foreign military forces, all claiming to offer help. The people of the Sahel watched as their cities changed. Markets that once rang with laughter now carried the tension of soldiers. Conversations in cafes drifted toward fear, politics, hope, and frustration. And behind many of these conversations was one name that kept coming up: France. A past that never truly passed. France's presence in West Africa began with the colonial era classrooms taught in French, borders drawn by administrators thousands of miles away, and resources extracted to fuel European factories. When independence came in the 1960s, flags changed. But many connections remained. The CFA franc, a currency tied to France military agreements that allowed French troops to operate in the region, economic ties that favored French companies, political alliances between African leaders and Paris to some. France represented stability and partnership. To others, France represented an old power refusing to step aside. Both feelings simmered beneath the surface, and when the Sahel crisis deepened, everything boiled over. Why France struggles to let go? From Paris, officials insisted they wanted peace and cooperation. But many Africans believed France had deeper motivations. The truth, like most geopolitics, is layered. 1. Security interests. The Sahel became a front line against extremist groups. France feared that instability here could spread to Europe, so it intervened militarily through Operation Servile, then Operation Barkhane. For Paris, leaving suddenly felt like opening a door to chaos. 2. Economic influence. French companies operate in energy, mining, telecommunications, and infrastructure across West Africa. Uranium from Niger, for example, has helped power French electricity for decades. Letting go would mean letting go of economic leverage. 3. Political prestige. In the international arena, Africa has long been one of France's strongest spheres of influence. Losing it would shrink France's global presence at a time when other powers, China, Russia, Turkey, are expanding into Africa. 4. Historical psychology. Colonial memory shaped generations. France often spoke of partnership, but acted like an elder who could not accept that the younger generation had grown up, and in the Sahel, that created tension. A turning point around 2022 to 2024, something remarkable happened. Mali expelled French troops. Burkina Faso followed. Niger ended military agreements with Paris. Flags changed Russian, flags rising where French flags once stood. Crowds chanted in the streets, "We want sovereignty. This is our land." For many young Africans, this was not just politics, was identity. France found itself watching a region it once called its partner move in new and unpredictable directions. Some blamed foreign interference. Others said Africans were simply claiming their independence for the second time. Either way, the shift was real. A region still searching for peace today. The Sahel stands at a crossroads. Extremist violence continues in many areas. New security alliances, like the Alliance of Sahel States, are forming big powers. Russia, China, the US, the EU are all competing for influence, and France, once dominant, is now reassessing its place on the continent. But the most important voice is the one rising from the people themselves: farmers, teachers, mothers, youths who say, "We are tired of war. We want development, dignity, and leaders who work for us." Their voices are shaping a new chapter, a story not finished. The Sahel is not a battlefield. It is not a prize for world powers. It is a land of empires, scholars, music, courage, and resilience. Its future depends not on France, Russia, America, or China, but on the people who call the Sahel home. And that is why this story is still being written.